Hello, my name's Bobbin Dixon. Enjoy listening to our snippet of SNEW with the crew while you're filling out your tax returns or shopping for marrows or trying to frolic with a badger.
Bobbin, let's talk about Logan.
Yes, please.
What did you think?
I really enjoyed it. I didn't like the other two Wolverine films, the standalone. Origins I just didn't like, mainly because they ruined Deadpool, they ruined Gambit, and Will.i.am was in it. That was the main reason I hated it.
Will.i.am was in it, wasn't he?
He is, yeah. He plays...
he was one of the team at the beginning.
It was just... That really annoyed me. And then the one in Japan, there's so many continuity errors in X-Men, I just don't know where to begin. Because people are like, because someone said, I said about about Logan, and I said, but at the end of the Japanese one, he hasn't got adamantium anymore. They were, yeah, but kind of Days of Future Past sort of,
kind of rubs it all out.
Robs it. But there is a bit in Logan where there's a lot of little Easter eggs, and one of them is that there is the samurai sword that he's given.
Yep.
So they are acknowledging Wolverine.
They are, and they acknowledged a few other films as well.
Yeah, continuity things aside, obviously I went with my landlady's son, who is the biggest geek in the world, and he reads comics all the time. Right. He's well up for it, well up with all the comics, and he said before, like, it's not going to be like the comic because... Like, Fox doesn't have the rights for the Hulk, and the Hulk's in the comic. But forgetting all of that, and I said, just go in and review it as a standalone film. And I thought it was amazing, mainly because it was 18 or 15. I can't remember, it was 15, wasn't it?
It's an 18. It's R-rated, so I guess it must be 18 over here, mustn't it?
Yeah, I just think it's how Wolverine should be, just an angry, violent man who...
Pretty bloodthirsty, just going for it.
The gore, it's gory. I just like the bit, there's parts where it's, he says... fuck quite a lot.
Yeah.
And you literally see him stab people through the face with his claws. So storyline wise, I thought it was good. Obviously there are comics in it, but those comics are not real X-Men comics.
So that is a point I want to make about what you just said about the continuity errors, or the fact that there have been continuity errors and bits and bobs that wipe them out, is just literally the fact that you said some of the stuff that's written in the comics. Some of it happened, some of it didn't.
It's very loosely based on the Old Man Logan comics.
Yes. Yeah.
Just loosely.
My point is, though, I think what they were pointing to is that what happened in some of the previous movies is just what she's been reading in the comics.
Yeah.
And it builds in its own excuse.
Yeah, I could see that.
And
what did you think of Steve Merchant's as
great.
Caliban?
I actually, we sat there for a minute or two going, I recognise that guy.
Yeah, because obviously in X-Men, Caliban is played by someone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know who, I can't remember, but I thought he was good, actually.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
It was entertaining, just nice and light performance.
If you haven't seen it, you probably won't be listening to this. So I was going to say the plot, but then again, you're only going to be listening to us surely if you have seen it.
Or you want it to be spoiled and you don't mind.
Yeah, there we go. But I thought the whole thing with... I don't like to spoil it. I feel bad, even though you have spoiled what it is. But the thing with Logan's daughter, apparently she was very different in the comics. But
there's a picture of her up there on my wall. I don't know if you noticed it at any point.
Where are we?
Top right.
Oh yes, indeed.
There she is, all new Wolverine, slapping Deadpool around the face.
Of course. But I like that. I thought the whole thing of trying to create the mutants. Most of the mutants are dead, and I don't know what it was. I thought it was really good.
I like that element of the story, actually, that they've actually stopped mutants from being produced. Obviously, in I don't know if you know, but in Old Man Logan, the comic book, it's a disease that's stopped mutants, or has killed all mutants. Whereas in this, it's something they've actually introduced into the food chain to stop mutants from being born.
Yeah,
quite like that idea.
Yeah.
Just to take control of them and stuff. That was pretty cool.
I just like the fact that I just found funny. It was just Wolverine basically trying to repay everything by looking after Professor X.
Yeah,
and it was just like, we're going to save up money and get a Sunseeker. I just imagined them on a boat. I just think the whole thing would be hilarious.
Was that not the most touching thing though?
It was nice.
having Xavier just say Sunseeker. His last word.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
Yeah,
actually,
so he dies.
Tore me up a little bit.
With the whole what is he, the X24.
X24.
X23, I thought it was.
She's X-23.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. So yeah, X-24 is Wolverine clone basically, but just the bit when obviously he's in there and kills Professor X.
Yeah.
My first thought was, oh, Wolverine's had a haircut all of a sudden in the last 5 minutes, and then it was like, oh.
No, he's on the credits as it just being him. So I've got to wonder if they aged up Old Man Logan and aged down X-24 or something like that, because they did look, they did look quite disparately different. Is that the right word?
CGI on it. You could do anything these days.
Yeah. I suppose, but
like the fact that you've questioned that, but you haven't questioned the fact that half of his head got blown out by a shotgun. That's fine. Well, good makeup.
Yeah, true. Did you have any problem with that? Actually, the adamantium bullet.
No
problem with it.
Why would I?
Well, because if we're going to look at old movies and the lore of X-Men movies up until this point, certainly X-Men Origins, we'll want to ignore it, but it does suggest in there that even an adamantium bullet shooting Wolverine in the head isn't going to actually kill him. It just erases his
because he gets shot with it at the end of.
He does, yeah.
And I actually forgot about that because I forgot about Wolverine Origins because I just didn't. There was elements of it that were good, but I just really didn't like it.
If you ignore the fact that we're just saying that perhaps it was just a comic anyway that she was reading or whatever, or that part of the story only exists in the universe of a comic within the Logan storyline, then it really doesn't fucking matter at all. But if it's the case that you can kill him with an adamantium bullet, well, then you don't actually need the bullet because Wolverine's got adamantium claws. So he could just stab him in the head.
I always wondered if they were decapitated.
There are storylines in the comic where Logan has been taken down to a ridiculously small body part, like I think just an eyeball or something like that, and he's grown back from it.
What's a load of bollocks.
I know, it's a bit silly.
I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm very glad that it's not appeared.
The thing is,
ever,
some of the comics, even some of the characters and spin-offs that have happened from some of the comics are stupid. Yeah. Like Marvel I think they were just pissed, like, oh, this would be funny. Some of them are stupid. But
just go and present this to Stan Lee, see what he says.
See what he says, it'll be all right.
But
I loved it. I thought it was really good.
Fair enough. I enjoyed it as a standalone movie. I've got to say, as far as...
It's my favourite one out of the three.
Out of the three one. Wolverine movies.
Yeah.
And I think as far as X-Men movies are concerned...
I don't class it as an X-Men movie, though.
No?
Because for me, an X-Men movie's got all of the X-Men in it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's all going to change, though, in the nearish future, I think.
The thing is, everyone's going, they can't make another Wolverine. Well, technically they could, because this one's set in 2029, so you could always do one in between before it happened, like, quite easily. You could do another Wolverine movie, but, Hugh Jackman said, I don't want to... He didn't want to go down a path where it was just a washed-up character, and he just didn't, he said that he was worried with Wolverine Origins because he didn't like it. He said that he was worried that the character was getting a bit dry and people wouldn't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah, he was getting fed up with having to shape up for the part as well.
Yeah.
Which is bloody understandable.
Yeah.
To be fair. I can't see either of us playing Wolverine.
Wow. I could be an overweight, tattooed Wolverine. That'd be fine.
It could work.
Wolverine, the couch years. That would be.
I thought, overall, as I said, one of the better movies from in the X-Men saga, and just all round a pretty bloody good film. So I definitely recommended from us, I think.
Yeah, I'm just on IMDb now, and some of the it's got pretty good reviews. To be fair, they're all 9 or 10 out of 10s. There's no bad reviews from it at all.
Fair enough.
Which is good.
How many adamantium clawed pierced skulls out of 5?
For me, I'd go 5.
Yeah, I'm definitely close to 5. I think.
Yeah, maybe 4,
4.5, something like that.
2
but
claws. Yeah, definitely.
That's 4 2/3. Cool. Right, where can everybody find you, Bobbin?
Find me?
Yeah, online.
What do you mean?
I don't mean in person. Don't give out your home address.
I thought we were playing hide and seek.
Like Bobbin Dixon Comedian?
Yeah, I've got a comedian page. I'm not funny on this, but I do try a lot harder when I'm not talking about movies that I don't know. Bobbin Dixon Comedian on Facebook, and I'm on Twitter, but I never use it, so don't bother. There we go.
And you can find our Facebook page collectively as SNEW with the Crew on Facebook. Links to that are in the comment section below.
Enjoy.
Boom.